All right, hello again, YouTube. I'm back with the next installment of my Simplicity 2333 Mad Hatter costume. So I mentioned in some of the previous videos that the costume pattern does not come with this tie for the Mad Hatter. So I'm needing to make a design for that myself, and I'm going to describe how I did that. So unfortunately, the pattern doesn't include the instructions, so I went online and I found a couple things about how to make a bow tie. So first, I found a site, and I don't have the details of the links here to these resources, and they might not help you very much anyway. But I found a resource that talks about different bow tie types. So there's a few different styles here that you can see that you could choose to make, and kind of ideas about what the designs sort of look like and then how they tie up. And this site was helpful to make a selection on a general style of the tie. But this did not include the instructions for how to make those ties, or maybe it did, I'm not sure. But there's another site that included patterns that I could print out, and unfortunately I'm at kind of an intermediate phase here where I've already made a lot of modifications to the design. So the other site that I found, and I'll try to find the link, and I'll try to include that in the link to this video description. The other site includes PDFs with multiple different styles to make these different styles of bow ties. There is a classic style, this butterfly style. There was a diamond style, I think, and a couple others. And effectively what you do with these designs that were available are you're going to cut out 4 sections of the bow tie. You're going to cut out 2 sections of a straight neck piece, one for the inside, one for the outside of the tie, and you're going to be doing that for the left and the right. And then 2 additional sections for the big bow tie itself. Now, the tie is going to make a standard bow tie, like Senator Paul Simon or somebody like that would have worn, or Al Franken. That's not what we want for the Mad Hatter. So I free-handed that, and I've got this little device that's kind of handy that I got quite a while ago. And I found this very helpful. This is a tracing pad, and you can plug this in with. I can plug mine in with USB. Tap on this little guy. The battery appears to be dead now. I think only works if it's plugged in. So, but I can plug this in. It illuminates, and then that makes it very easy to trace a pattern. And you can kind of see what I did here. There's very few remnants of the original design here. No, there is actually a remnant to the original design. Well, you can't see it, but I took the original pattern, which was about this tall and was about this wide, and I extended it. I doubled the width to make a much fluffier tie around the neck, and I also doubled the height, and I sort of just traced that, and then I folded it over, and I made tracing lines on it to try and make the outline of the shape that I thought was going to look good. And I'm sort of making this wavy pattern at the end of it. I'm hoping that's going to turn out okay. We'll see how it looks once it's actually cut out. And then to do this, they've got this lollipop style material. My daughter liked this as an option for her Mad Hatter. Looks a little bit like this guy, and maybe hopefully a little bit like Johnny Depp in Alice in Wonderland, which is what she's going for. And what we'll do is I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to have 2 pieces for the front, 2 pieces for the back, the left and right, so it's kind of 4 pieces that get put together. And then I will also get some interfacing, and I'm going to put some interfacing on the outside of the pattern to give it a little bit more, to hopefully give it a little bit more structure. One more note about this. I can't see it on any of these scraps of paper here that are left over. This pattern was given with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I traced a line 3/5 of an inch further out, because I typically sew with a 5/8 seam allowance. That's what the Simplicity pattern calls for. That's how I've always sewn. So I'm going to try and cut this out, sew it with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Once it's sewn, I will trim it down substantially so it doesn't have nearly so much bulk, and then cut some darts into these corners, because corners often wind up very bulky. Invert the whole thing, and then a little bit later we'll show what the finished product looks like. One more note, it is designed for necks from 14 to 17 inches. This is obviously a lot bigger than most kids and my kid, so I'm going to cut that down quite a bit smaller than 14 inches. and we'll see how it goes. So that's how I'm going to try. Those are the modifications I made to try to make a custom bow tie for this particular costume. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and good luck with your own sewing. Have a great day. Bye.